Ask anyone what kills people in Alaska, and they will say the same word: bear. They will be wrong. In an average year, bears put 3 or 4 people in an Alaska hospital. Another animal in this state, one that does not hunt and has no teeth worth mentioning, puts more people in the hospital than that, and has killed more Alaskans in the last 30 years than every species of bear combined. Most of the people it killed were not afraid of it. It is on this list, and it is not where you would look for it. That is the pattern in this country. The danger almost never looks like the danger. And the people who have died out here rarely got the thing every story promised them: the warning, the moment, the second to understand what was happening. The animal that kills you in Alaska is hardly ever the one you were watching. It is the one you had already decided was safe. Here is the part the guides know and the tourists do not. On this ground, the fatal decision is almost never the one you make with the animal in front of you. By the time the animal is in front of you, it has usually already been made. It was made an hour or a day or a year earlier, when there was still time to do something about it, and the person did not know the clock had started. Today we are counting down 8 predators in Alaska, ranked not by which one is biggest, but by how completely each of them proves that. Every animal on this list has either killed people in this state or is going to change what you thought the word dangerous meant. By number 1, you may not walk into this country the same way again. If this is the kind of thing that stays with you after the truck door shuts and the fire burns down, subscribe. It is 2 seconds, and it keeps these coming. And tell me one thing while you are here. What state, and if you can, what mountain range or river drainage are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I like seeing how far these reach. Number 8. The wolverine, 25 to 40 pounds, the largest land member of the weasel family. A name, gulo gulo, that means glutton, and a reputation almost entirely invented. The story you know is the 20-pound animal that drives grizzlies off their kills. It is not true. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game states it plainly. Wolverines do not attack wolves or bears. They avoid them because the fight would kill the wolverine. What is true is stranger. An adult male in northwestern Alaska holds a range that biologist Audrey Magoon at the University of Alaska Fairbanks measured at over 600 square kilometers, larger than the entire island of Kodiak. It crosses that country almost invisibly, walking on the soles of its feet like a bear, holding ground on ice and wet rock and scree that would stop a person cold. You will not see the one that crossed the drainage above your camp last night. You will see the track in the frost if you are lucky. You will find your cached meat gone if you are not. The wolverine opens this list because it is the first correction. The animal the lower 48 fears as fearless is, in the country it actually lives in, one of the most careful predators on the ground. The fear you packed into Alaska was aimed at the wrong thing before you ever crossed the border. Number 7. The Pacific sleeper shark, 12 feet on average. Verified specimens over 14 feet and 1,900 pounds. Reports, unconfirmed, past 20. It is the largest predator in Alaskan waters, and almost no one has heard of it. The science on this animal is nearly empty. Everyone ever aged was a juvenile. Its lifespan, its breeding, its numbers, all unknown. What is known? One found in shallow water off Homer had 3 harbor seals in its stomach. Bite marks matching it appear on gray whale carcasses near Unimak Island. It has been implicated in hunting juvenile stellar sea lions in the dark, deep water where the light never reaches. And then, there is the one fact that stops marine biologists in the middle of a sentence. The offshore killer whales of the North Pacific, the apex predators of that entire ocean, feed on this shark. We know because researchers found their teeth worn flat. The sleeper shark's skin is so coarse that the animal at the very top of the food chain, the one that hunts great white sharks off other coastlines, grinds its own teeth to nothing eating this thing. There has never been a documented sleeper shark attack on a person. That is the entry. In the coldest, blackest water off Alaska lives a predator so armored that the killer whale cannot eat it without permanent injury, and it is under the boat, and you will never know it is there. Number 6. The Pacific walrus, 2,000 to 4,000 pounds. Tusks in a mature bull reaching 3 feet. To the tourist on the state-permitted boat tour, a pile of blubber asleep on a beach. That is one walrus. It is not the one in the water. The Greenlandic Inuit have a word for a certain walrus, Sianiartok, the one that turns against you. The record is quiet, but it is not empty. A hunter dragging a fresh seal onto the ice off Greenland, tusked unconscious by a walrus that came out of the water and took the seal. An adventurer in Baffin Bay in 2012 nearly capsized when one surfaced directly under his kayak, fighting it off with a paddle. A Russian Navy vessel capsized by a walrus in 2019. For the Alaska native hunters of Gambell, Savonga, and Little Diomede, the walrus hunt is subsistence, and it is also, according to the elders, the hunt that has taken more men than any other. Not to the weather, to the animal. The walrus earns this place because it is the one marine mammal in Alaska that has hunted human beings in boats. Not defended a calf, not startled. Come up from below with intent and turned the boat over. There are people watching this from villages on the Bering Strait who know exactly what this is. In a way, no biologist ever will. If that is you, the comment section is yours. This channel reads everyone. We are halfway. If you are still here, you already know you are not the audience that clicks away when the animal stops being the one on the postcard. From here up, every animal on this list has killed people in Alaska. Subscribe if you have not. These next 4 are the ones the guides do not talk about with the tourists. Number 5. The black bear. 100,000 of them in Alaska. Males up to 500 pounds in the fall, and every visitor is told the same 3 things. Black bears are timid. Black bears run. The only real danger is a mother with cubs. The first 2 are mostly true. The third is the one that gets people killed. Stephen Herrero, the bear biologist, reviewed every fatal black bear attack in North America across more than a century. What he found has still not reached most trailhead signs. 88% of those fatal attacks were predatory. The bear was not protecting cubs. The bear was hunting. And 92% of those hunting bears were male. The lone adult male, hungry. The exact opposite of the animal the warning taught you to fear. The rule you were given is for a different bear. The defensive mother is loud. She huffs, she slaps the ground, she leaves the moment you give her room. The bear that hunts you is silent. It follows. It shows none of the stress signals the signs told you to watch for because it is not stressed. It has already decided what you are. And here is the reversal that could save your life. With a defensive bear, you back away. With a bear that is silently closing the distance, you fight with everything you have and everything you are holding. Playing dead in front of a predatory bear does not save you. It only lets it finish. Tom Smith and Stephen Herrero, in the Journal of Wildlife Management in 2012, studied 269 bear encounters in Alaska. Firing a gun was no more likely to prevent injury than not firing it. Bear spray, in their data, stopped the bear more reliably than the firearm did. That is the largest study of its kind ever done, and it says the opposite of what most people carry into this country believing. The mistake with the black bear was made in a childhood a decade before the hunt, when someone taught the wrong rule about the wrong bear. Number 4. The wolf, between 7 and 11,000 in Alaska. Interior males up to 175 pounds. They do not migrate. They hold ground. A pack of 8 in the Alaska Range in winter knows a drainage the way the drainage knows the wind. On the 8th of March, 2010, a special education teacher named Candace Berner flew into the village of Chignik Lake on the Alaska Peninsula to teach. She was 32, 4'10", 115 pounds, a former gymnast, an avid runner. After class, she faxed her timesheet, changed, and went for a run on the only road out of town, west along the side of a hill. Residents coming back by snowmobile found blood on the road. One walked into the brush and found her, 30 feet off the road, in a 3-foot circle where the snow had melted. The tracks showed she had turned to run back toward the village at the moment she saw the wolves. Alaska Fish and Game biologist Lem Butler led the investigation. State veterinarian Dr. Kimberly Beckman examined the wolves the department later killed. DNA tied at least 2 of them to her body. One of those wolves was healthy, well-fed, with heavy fat reserves. Not starving, not rabid, not defending a kill. The wolves treated her as prey. It was the first confirmed fatal wolf attack in Alaska history. The report could not say what triggered it, only that when she saw the wolves and turned to run, the turning itself may have been the trigger, which is a scientific way of saying she did nothing wrong. The wolves had already decided, before she ever knew they were there. Her father, Bob Berner, asked afterward only that people take seriously the harm these animals are capable of. That is why she is on this list. Number 3. The polar bear, 900 to 1,600 pounds. The only bear biologists class as a true carnivore. The only one that, in the words of the researchers, sees a human being as food without hesitation. On the 17th of January, 2023, in the Inupiat village of Wales on the westernmost point of the North American mainland, a young woman named Summer Myomick stepped out of the school with her 1-year-old son to walk 150 yards to the clinic. She was 24. Her son, Clyde Ongtawasruk, was 1. In January, the sea ice is supposed to hold the bears far out on the pack, hunting seals. The village bear patrols that run from summer into fall were not out, because in January, the bears are supposed to be somewhere else. A snowstorm had dropped visibility to almost nothing. She never saw it coming. The teachers ran out with shovels and struck the bear. It turned on them and drove them back inside, into a school full of children in lockdown. A man arrived with a rifle and killed it as it kept on. It was the first fatal polar bear attack in Alaska in 30 years. Dr. Kimberly Beckman, the same veterinarian from the Chignik Lake wolves 13 years before, examined the bear. An adult male in poor condition, likely old. A study of 73 polar bear attacks worldwide found the pattern in one sentence. The bears most likely to kill a person are nutritionally stressed adult males. The bear that killed Summer Myomick and her son was where it should not have been. At the time of year it should not have been there, because the seals it should have been hunting were on ice it could no longer reach. The mistake, this time, was made 40 years earlier, in decisions about ice, by people who never saw this village and never will. Number 2. The moose. This is the animal from the start of this video. This is the one you were told was coming. There are close to 200,000 moose in Alaska. They outnumber every bear in the state combined by half again. And a bull in the rut, 7 feet at the shoulder, 1,400 pounds, is one of the most dangerous animals to stand near in North America. Moose hurt 5 to 10 people a year in Alaska. Bears send 3 to 4 to the hospital. It is not close. The moose injures more people than every bear and every wolf in the state put together, and it is not a predator. It does not hunt you. It does not want you. That is exactly why it kills, because every visitor treats it as harmless. The photographer walks 20 feet off the highway for a better angle on a cow with a calf. On the 19th of May, 2024, a 70-year-old photographer named Dale Chorman walked onto his own land in Homer to photograph a cow with newborn calves. She charged. He was dead at the scene. His son wrote afterward, and this belongs in every Alaskan's memory, that his father knew the risk, went looking for the photograph anyway, and got caught in a dangerous moment. And then he wrote one more line. The moose, obviously, is not at fault. Feeding a moose is a crime in Alaska, a year in jail and a $10,000 fine because a fed moose learns to approach people and then attacks the ones who have nothing to give it. The bull in the rut has one thing on its mind, and it is not you. The cow with a calf in May has one thing on hers, and it is you specifically. Watch the hump. When the long hairs stand and the ears go flat, you are already too close. Unlike the bear, you can outrun a moose to cover. But the moose you never saw coming because you thought the slow animal was safe does not give you the chance. The moose is at number 2 because it kills more Alaskans than every animal above it combined, and it did it while everyone was watching the tree line for something with claws. Number 1. The brown bear. 30,000 of them in Alaska, 98% of every brown bear in the United States. On the Alaska Peninsula and on Kodiak, 1 bear to the square mile, the densest population on Earth, and the largest bears alive. A mature male in the fall runs 800 to 1,200 pounds, closes ground at 35 miles an hour, and smells food under the right wind from miles off. Every advantage it has over a person, it has because the ground is its and never yours. Here is a partial list of the last 22 years. October 2003. The filmmaker Timothy Treadwell and Amy Huguenard, killed and eaten at Kaflia Bay in Katmai, after 13 summers among these bears with no spray and no gun. The first deaths in the park's history. The park superintendent had told him it was not a question of if, only when. September 2020. Austin Pfeiffer, 22, from Ohio, killed field dressing a moose alone in Wrangell, St. Elias, while his partner carried a load back to camp. The first fatal mauling in the park since it was founded. He would have turned 23 that Tuesday. July 2020. Daniel Schilling, 46, killed clearing a trail behind his own cabin near Hope. No witnesses. An empty can of bear spray on the ground beside him. May 2022. Staff Sergeant Seth Plant, 30, killed by a sow with cubs during a training exercise on the base in Anchorage. He had come home from Afghanistan. He died walking past a den no map had shown him. October 2024. Tad Fujioka, 50, killed on Baranof Island going back for the rest of a deer he had shot the day before. In the hours between, a sow had claimed the carcass. And one who lived. August 2024, on the Kenai. A hunter named Tyler Johnson, hunting with his father, a retired wildlife trooper, broke out of the brush into a brown bear at 4 seconds distance. He drew and fired as it hit him, and as he fell, he put a round through his own leg. The bear died. He did not. 5 dead, 1 who lived, 22 years. And in every one, the reports say the same thing. The fatal decision was made before the bear arrived. Treadwell decided not to carry a deterrent. Pfeiffer decided to stay alone with the meat. Fujioka decided to go back for the deer. Plant walked past a den he could not see. The bear was never the mistake. The bear was the answer to it. The largest study ever done, Smith and Herrero, 269 encounters, says the gun in your hands is not what saves you in that moment. What saves you is the decision you made an hour before, to carry the spray on your belt and not in the pack, to keep the wind in your face, to not pack out a kill alone, to not be, in the week the bears are hungriest, the thing that walked into the wrong drainage at the wrong hour. The brown bear is number one because it proves the whole list. The animal is not the fatal moment. The animal is what your preparation, or the lack of it, runs into when your time is up. The mistake was made before you ever left the truck. So here is what this list is really about. It is not fear. Fear is a mood. It burns off by morning and leaves you exactly where you started. It is the hour before the animal ever showed up. The cooler you closed or did not. The circle you walked around the tent or did not. The wind you checked or did not. The partner you brought or left behind. The spray on your belt instead of the bottom of the pack. The people who come home from this country and the people who do not are almost never separated by how brave they were in the last 30 seconds. They are separated by what they knew and what they did about it while there was still time. The Wolverine is still crossing the drainage above the camp at first light, unseen, doing what it has done every year for 10,000 years. The brown bear is still standing shoulder deep at the falls at Brooks River, doing what it has done every summer since long before the river had a name. And somewhere on a road above Chignik Lake, in the last of the light, a small figure is running, and the country is watching the way it always has. Without malice, without interest, without any of the things we bring to it. Watching the way this country has watched since long before there was anyone here to make a decision it could hold against them.